So, uh, as promised, we're going to discuss payment methods. Now, I made a table here. I will be posting this so you can look at it separately, but I just wanted to discuss a couple of them. So first, a lot of people will say cash is king. Uh, One of the main reasons why they say that is it has immediate buying power. You don't have to worry about waiting to use it. You can just pull out the cash, pay what you need to. It's untraceable, so it allows for privacy. And if you have the cash passing through your hands, then there's a tendency to spend less. Now, a con is connected back to the fact that it's untraceable. It can be lost or stolen with no way to recover it. And you can only pay when it is in hand, which you'll notice some of the other ones will comment on that as well. So check is the next step from that. Check, it allows for payment when cash is not in hand, and there are some added security measures. Someone can't just take a check and use it if it's been endorsed. If it has not been endorsed, then it's practically like cash. And then cons, though, there's delay in payment. So you may give someone a check, they'll put it in their bank, and it could take a day to 3 days for it to be processed. It can bounce if you have insufficient funds. So if your bank account, your checking account specifically, which is normally where checks will pull from, if the balance is too low in that account, then it'll bounce. You'll get a fee for that on top of having to figure out a way to pay whatever you're trying to pay for with the check. And again, it takes time to write out and put it in your registry. Um, some people just write checks and don't even think about it, but you should register each check, and we'll discuss how to do that a little bit more as we go through. Um, Taking time to write it out, you often see old jokes about old people at the cash register at a grocery store writing out a check to pay for their groceries. Doesn't happen as often anymore, but it definitely still does happen. It does take a few minutes to write it out. Now, a debit card has a lot of the same pros as a check. Uh, it allows for payment when cash is not in hand, and there are added security measures. Specifically, your bank, it will insure you up to a certain amount of money should anything happen. And it is very quick to use. You could swipe a card and the payment happens. Now, immediate payment can cause overdrawing the account. Uh, Overdrawing the account is similar to insufficient funds, except since it's a debit, a lot of cases, it will just take the money out and you will have an overdraft fee, similar to a bounced check fee. And there's a tendency to spend more whenever you have cards in general. Uh, Also, it is very easy for someone to, uh, easy for fraud, uh, just like a credit card. People can find a lot of debit card numbers online. Now, credit card, same as debit card, which, again, going back to checks, allows for payment when cash is not in hand. There are added security measures, and it is very quick to use. But it also can be used to make purchases when money is not yet in the bank or in hand. Can help with credit score when paid off properly. Now, you don't want to rely too much on this. Reason why: there's a tendency to spend more when using a credit card. Unpaid balance accrues interest, and it is a form of debt because it's not really your money and you have to pay it back. If you're paying it back, then it's not too bad. Now, this is also another situation where it could be fraud. Fraud can be, people can use this for fraud. But again, there are security measures in the credit card companies where they insure a certain amount of money. E-check allows payment for online transactions, and pretty much the benefits are the same as a check. Uh, A lot of accounts nowadays, you can pay like, make your payments using checks. Uh, the downfall is very similar to checks as well. There is delayed payment oftentimes. It can bounce with insufficient funds, and it takes time to write out and register. A lot of times, it's not writing it out, but typing it out takes a few minutes. ATM card is another type of card that people use for money. It allows the individual to take money out of their account. That's it. ATM cards, that's all you're able to use them for. And then they cannot be used to pay for items directly. So that is the only drawback. You can't swipe it to use it for paying that off, but it allows you to take money out. So then you have the benefits of cash. So we will be discussing this uh, during our next Zoom call. Uh, I'll post it up as soon as I finish recording and posting this. But I want you guys to be able to look at this, think for yourself, and figure out which do you think is the best method of payment. Thank you, and have a great day.